Basic tips is just apply. If you don't apply, it will never go through ever. It was actually pretty scary because I think like while in school we have so many seniors who are also interning at Amazon, getting a full-time offer from them.
Hey Stella,
Hi.
how are you doing?
Great, great. It's such nice weather today.
Yeah. So today we are here to talk about like your internship at Amazon.
Yes, so my name is Stella. I am a rising second year MBA at Kellogg School of Management. So it's Northwestern University. I normally live in Evanston, which is 30 minutes away from Chicago. And for the summer, I'm interning as a product manager technical at CloudFormation for Amazon Web Services.
Cool, interesting. So let's dive deep, like we say here at Amazon, on your internship journey. Can you talk, like, let's come back like from the internship like application process. How was it? When did you apply?
So I applied in, I think it's April, and it was a very specific AWS PMT job listing. So it was not the normal MBA internship job list, but it's the specific one. And I think I heard back within like 2 weeks after I applied, 3 weeks. And by that time I also had another offer, so I asked the HR to accelerate all of the process. I think I got my interview the week after they reached out to me.
Okay, interesting. So for you it was a little bit quick. So you and how was the interview? How was the whole process?
It was actually pretty scary because I think like while in school we have so many seniors who are also interning at Amazon, getting a full-time offer from them. They already tell me what would be the expected in the interview. So I've been practicing, but it was still scary to meet the bar raisers who ask you like a very deep questions. I tried my best to literally see all of the leadership principles and make sure that I have answers for all of it, but also like trying to make sure I cover all of the technical details because my job is PMT. So it was a very interesting experience, but a little bit scary as well.
Okay, interesting. And so what is, do you have any specific like example on what was very difficult to answer? Was it like tough question on your background, your experiences, or like just the way the question was asked?
So most of the questions were actually about my experience before, but you kind of know that what kind of leadership principle that they're anchoring it for. And I think the hardest part about the interview was when they tried to be very detailed in the experience. So when I say that I did this, they will say how and why, and then when I answer I'm doing it by doing this, they will keep asking the same until a very detailed version of it. And also like because this is a technical job, it's also partially in the technical design, the very technical design questions as well. And they try to be very deep on that too. Which like I have a business background before, so like if I have to be in the very detailed, it was pretty challenging for me.
Okay, interesting. And how will you describe the feeling at the end? Do you think from that you can just guess that you will get the offer?
No, not at all. I think like after the interview with the bar raiser, I was like, I don't think I will get the job. It's like I don't think I actually gave the answers that he was looking for, but I think by that time there is nothing else that I can do, so I'm like, okay, let's see how it goes, and luckily I'm here.
Nice, interesting. And let's go further on the role itself. How will you describe this role, like product manager technical?
I think like for me, product manager technical means we are the one who becomes the customer voice in terms of what is needed, but at the same time you're also like the CEO of the product. So when I think about it, it's we are listening to the customer, but we don't just take what they think is right, but we try to go to the root, pretty much the same as what the barista was doing to me, but also questioning our customers that way to solve the ambiguity and also come up with the best solution. Because the customer might say, hey, I want A, but apparently the problem is not A. So after conversing with so many people, with our customers and also with the people who actually interacted with customers, I get into the what is the root cause and what will be the best solution out of it. Being the technical part of it is also like understanding how, whether or not this will be feasible from the technical standpoint. Also think about how would you stagger it, like what kind of prioritization you will apply, making sure that what the product that you own actually bring the impact within the resources that we have.
Okay, very interesting and detailed response. And does the definition or the vision you had of this role before the internship change during the internship? Today, what will be the, I don't know, the evaluation and even the outcome you would say you had from it?
I think the expectation is pretty much the same. I came from a consulting background, so I've been advising people of their strategy and how to execute it, but I've never had my hands really dirty of like coming to the customers and really talk to them and build up what will be like the end state solution, and also looking at how it will be implemented. So that part is still the same, and I see this is basically what it is to be a product manager.
Okay, cool. So how was your 12 weeks?
It was, first of all, Seattle is a very great city to be in during the summer, so that's one. Second of all, the internship experience has been super great. The team is super nice. People are very helpful. I get the learnings that I need, and I think I put enough effort to make sure that the internship experience is literally as what I try to get out of it.
Cool. Okay, cool. Thank you for all this insight on the internship itself. So you talk about Seattle. You did yours in Seattle. So how was your moving? Because you were in Chicago and then you had to move. Like, how was it?
It was challenging. It's so hard to find a place that will let us to rent for 3 months with all of the furniture. But luckily, I have a lot of friends who are also interning at Amazon. So we are sharing a house, 3 girls from the same school doing internship for Amazon. It's nice because I can just come to the office every day. And yeah, I love the Asian food here. So Seattle is such a nice place to live in.
Yeah, cool, interesting. And let's move on the tips part. First, tips for applying to Amazon internship.
I would say basic tips is just apply. If you don't apply, it will never go through ever, which I see a lot of people are just hesitating of whether or not to put in the application. I think first of all, just apply, but we also come with a good strategy in terms of application, right? Make sure that your resume is also addressing what is expected in the role. So when I wrote down my resume, I highlighted all of the skills required as a PM, because I'm applying for a PM role. So like all of the skills should be there in your resume, so it will attract your HR to contact you. I think the second is like once you actually get an interview, you probably want to practice, and I practice with a lot of people. I think I had more than 10 practices to sharpen your story, make sure that you know all of the details, and also it should be like something coming from your experience. So like it won't be hard for you to do it, but with practice it makes you like super comfortable telling it to the interviewer.
Cool, super interesting. So this was the tips before the internship. Now during the internship.
During the internship, I think my personal approach is to front load as much as possible. So I did most of my trainings very fast because I feel then I have time to catch up with all of the learning that I need to do. So I went through like all of the workshops to understand, and also it helps me to build good understanding of what is required in the to build this kind of product. I also try to make friends with everyone. So I try to talk to random people, just ask them about their work, and it helps me a lot because whenever I face a problem, I can just reach out to these people, and people are very helpful here. So during the internship, I feel that's how I navigate through the problems, is by talking to people and also brainstorming ideas with them.
Cool, interesting. And tips on living in Seattle?
I would say try as many Asian food as possible because it's so great. And living in Seattle is a bit expensive compared to where I was before. I'm like 30 minutes away from Chicago, so like it's not as expensive. But I think it's worth it. The summer is so nice, and just go for as many hikes as possible. I've been hiking every weekend, and yeah, it's a very nice place to live.
Cool, interesting. And we didn't talk about the leadership principle. How do you think they apply to intern too?
Interestingly, everyone in Amazon, from my point of view, is actually living through the leadership principles. So I have witnessed that everyone is doing it, whether they say it out loud versus not, but they actually apply it in the work that we are doing. I would say even the internship, I actually start feeling it as well, how to be like very customer obsessed. Everything should come from what customer wants. Also like try to dive really deep in terms of my product, on how I can execute it. Also like thinking about how I can prioritize it, and using my own judgment a lot. And also like bias for action, meaning when I face the challenge of not having data, then how do I collect the data. It's also I think like I've been implementing it consciously and unconsciously, but it's also because like the other people are doing the same thing.
Yeah, I remember that was one of the questions I asked during my interview, how they really apply these leadership principles, because from outside you always hear like leadership principle, but you don't know how it is. And yeah, when you are in the company, you really feel that people are really driven by that.
Yeah, it's very interesting looking at how these people literally can be like having a backbone. It's like in a meeting with a VP, for example, they actually can say that out loud too. It's like, hey, this is not what we thought of. So very cool place to work.
Cool. Thank you for sharing all these insights with people who are watching us. Do you think you have something you would like to add we didn't mention?
I just wish everyone who watched this video good luck if you are in the application process to work for Amazon. It's such nice place to work, and Seattle is amazing as well. And yeah, please like and subscribe.
Yeah, and reach out to Stella. We will have her LinkedIn on the description.
For sure.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And if you like this video, make sure to like, share, and also subscribe to my channel for more content like this. And I also recommend you to watch this video about my summer internship at Amazon. See you soon in another video where I will be talking about my experience in the United States, but also about many other topics I'm sure you will be interested in. Bye-bye.